So hi, my name is Mahesh, working as a senior software engineer on Java and Android related technologies. So in the previous sessions, I discussed the architecture of Android and what is meant by Android and what are the features of Android. So in this session, we'll discuss what Android consists, what are the major components of Android. Okay, the complete Android application development or Android is depend on 4 components. The 4 components are: one is activity, service, broadcast receiver, and content provider. So these are the 4 major components of Android. So one is activity, service, broadcast receiver, and content provider. The complete Android application development depends on these 4 components: activity, service, broadcast receiver, and content provider. Okay, so we'll discuss the first thing. So what is the first one? Activity. So activity means a single screen in the application with UI components. User is going to interact with the device through activity. So activity means what? Every single screen is nothing but one activity. Okay, so user is going to interact with the device through activity component. Okay, so every single screen is nothing but one activity. So I will say this is an activity, a single screen in the application with some UI components. How the user is going to interact with the device? Through activity component. So this is an activity. So this is an activity. Every single screen is nothing but one activity. So this is one activity. Every single screen is nothing but one activity. A single screen in the application with UI components. User is going to interact with the device through activity component. So how the user is going to interact with the device? Definitely user need to interact with the device with the help of some UI components. Okay, activity means every single screen, so with some UI components, is nothing but one activity. It is a Java file. So I'll explain you once again. Every single screen is nothing but one activity with some UI components. Okay, so user is going to interact with the device through activity component. So that is the first one. Every single screen in the application with UI components is nothing but an activity. It is a Java file. Activity is a Java file. So for activity, for every activity we need 2 files, one Java file and one XML file. It's not mandatory. XML file is not mandatory. You can create the user interface in Java also, no problem. But IDE is providing the XML support to design the user interface. Okay, for every activity we need 2 files, one Java file and one XML file. Remember this. We'll discuss in depth about what is activity lifecycle in the next sessions. Okay, so up to now, activity means a single screen in the application with UI components. User is going to interact with the device through activity. Okay, so that is about activity. And the second one is service. Service means a long running background process without any user interaction. With user interaction we called as activity. Without user interaction we called as service. Service means a long running background process without any user interaction we called as service. Okay, let us take the best example. Just enable the Wi-Fi, walk on the road. Whenever the Wi-Fi network is available, you will get a notification call, open Wi-Fi network is available. So how your device recognizes Wi-Fi is available? So are you interacting with your device? Wi-Fi is available, Wi-Fi is available, Wi-Fi is available? No. There is a background process is running continuously to get that Wi-Fi status. So that background process we called as service. A long running background process without any user interaction we called as service. The best example is the Wi-Fi status, your network status, next a media player. So once if you start the media player, it is going to play in the background. You don't need to interact with that one. Okay, so that is the best example for service, a media player, an FM. You don't need to interact with that one. So once if you start FM player, it is going to start in the background process. Okay, that is also the best example for service, a media player and FM. So getting a Wi-Fi status, getting the network status. There are a lot of examples for service. A service means a long running background process without any user interaction we called as service. With user interaction we called as activity. Without user interaction we called as service. So that is the second component. Okay, a long running background process without any user interaction we called as service. So what is the next one? Broadcast receivers. So broadcast receivers are registered for system announcements, meaning, for example, if you plug in a headset to your device, on top of your device notification bar you will get a headset symbol. How your device recognizes headset is plugged in? So this is the charger symbol. By default this is the charger symbol. Once if you connect the charger, immediately it is going to change the symbol to like this. So how your device recognizes charger is connected? Okay, once the USB connected, you will get a notification USB is connected. So how your device recognizes USB is connected? Let's take one more thing. So now my device is in active state. Now my device is in active state. So once if you click on power button, the device is going to be entered into sleep state. So how your device recognizes power button is pressed, that's why enter into a sleep state. So all these are broadcast announcements. So broadcast receivers are registered for system announcements. For example, if you want to perform any operation when the headset is plugged in your application, so where you need to write the logic, how to get that system announcement, headset plugin announcement? With the help of broadcast receivers. So broadcast receivers are registered for system announcements. So here in your device, when you plug in a headset, immediately on top of notification bar you are going to get one headset symbol. So they are getting the broadcast announcements in the application. So once the headset is plugged in, so they are getting one broadcast announcement with the help of broadcast receiver, and they are displaying one icon on notification bar. So headset plug-in, charger connected, charger disconnected, power button pressed, next camera button pressed, volume button increased, volume button decreased. All these are the best examples for broadcast receivers. So broadcast receivers are registered for system announcements. The best example are headset plug-in, charger connected, charger disconnected, and power button pressed. These are the best examples for broadcast receivers. And the next one is content provider. So content provider is used to share the data between multiple applications. Content provider is used to share the data between multiple applications. So why you need to share the data? Okay, in Android you cannot share the data between two applications. Okay, in Android you cannot share the data between two applications. Let us take, in my device there are two applications are there. One is X application, another one is Y application. One is X application, another one is Y application. These are the two applications in my device. The Y application, the X application is having some data. X application is having some data. The data is stored in SQLite database. X is having some data. The data is stored in SQLite database. The Y application want to access X application's data. This is a requirement. Y application want to access X application's data, but here it is not possible in Android. Directly we cannot share some other application's data in, you cannot get some other application's data in your application. This is not allowed in Android. You cannot share the data between multiple applications in Android. So let us take this example. X application is having some data, Y application want to access X application's data, but this is not possible in Android. Let us take, the two applications are, one is Contacts, another one is WhatsApp. The two applications are, one is Contacts, another one is WhatsApp. Contacts is having some data. In WhatsApp application you are getting the contacts data. How it is possible? It is not possible in Android, right? You cannot get some other applications data into your applications. This is one of the security feature in Android, just now we discussed. But here WhatsApp people is reading contacts applications data. How it is possible? It is possible with the help of content provider. If the application provides content provider, some other applications can access the data. Otherwise, some other applications cannot access the data. So meaning here, Contacts is providing content providers or not? Yes, Contacts is providing content provider. So that's why WhatsApp people is reading the data. Otherwise, WhatsApp people, how WhatsApp people can read the data? It is not possible in Android. So here, Contacts is providing content provider. If the application provides content provider, then only some other applications can access the data. Otherwise, directly we cannot access the data. Okay, so content provider is used to share the data between multiple applications. In Android, one of the security feature is directly you cannot get some other application's data into your application. It is not possible in Android, but that other application provides content provider, then you can access that application's data. Already in Android, some applications are providing content providers. One is Contacts, Call Log. You can read device settings information and you can read device media information. Okay, so these are some of the examples who are providing the content provider. You can share your application's data also. You can create your own content provider to some other applications. Okay, so these are the 4 major components of Android. The complete Android application development depends on these 4 components. The complete Android application development depends on these 4 components. Okay, so one is activity, service, broadcast receiver and content provider. The complete Android application development depends on these 4 components. Okay, so these are the 4 major components of Android. But as per my experience, having the knowledge on these 4 components is not enough to build the complex enterprise applications. I'll tell you once again, these are the 4 major components of Android, but having the knowledge on these 4 components is not enough to build the complex enterprise applications on Android. Apart from this, what we need to build the complex enterprise applications, we'll discuss in the next session. Thank you.